Ito ang inyong himpilan. Ito ang inyong tahanan. Number 1 sa Mega Manila.
Hello everyone, and welcome to Asphere's Cafe. Today is Thursday, June 12th, 2025. And yes, ladies and gents, we are back again with yet another episode of Asphere's Cafe. So, we're gonna be twisting things up a little bit for this Thursday's episode because, again, I didn't get to do my show last Monday and Tuesday, so you will get to hear some of the a bits more of the technology, anime, and of course, since it's Thursday, we will be covering some gaming news as well. All right, without any further ado, let's get started now. So, let me just find the hotkey for this good old 2023 Cool FM ticker here. Let me just fire that up. What's the hotkey for this one? So, how are you all doing tonight? How are you all doing today, everyone? So, let's do that now. And you can tell we have the ticker ready here. So, alright, we managed to fix it. Wait, so for the nostalgia purposes, we will be having the 2023 Cool FM ticker here, but yes. Anyways, how are you all doing so far? I hope you all having a fantastic day. And to the Philippine audience watching Asphere's Cafe right now, we would like to say happy 127th Independence Day to those who are celebrating here in the Philippines. Alright, so now let's get into the tech news, which we'll be kicking off right now. And now we have a very interesting new browser that is called Dia. So we're gonna get into that right now. Let me just bring the screen share up. So let's switch it over here. Let's check. I think it should be up by now. Alright, there we go. So, we are up to the great start here as we are seeing another browser being serviced, and that is Dia. This is courtesy from The Verge here. I think this might be paywall, which I will have to check in a bit, so give me a moment here. It is paywall, so let me just try my best to get scrolled here. But yeah. But there you go. Okay, so I think I have managed to stop The Verge from prompting me to subscribe here. So we're gonna get into that right now. So here it is. So this is coming from The Verge. Dia, the new browser from the browser company, is almost nothing like the company's last product. That app, Art, was the total rethink of how browsers work. It moved tabs to the site and combined them with bookmarks. It offered endless ways to organize all your stuff, and it had lots of ideas about how to make your web surfing a little more delightful. Dia will get some of that stuff in time, which is what the browser company's CEO just told The Verge. The app that's launching today for existing Art users is very much still a beta and only available on Mac. I mean, to be fair, I mean, the art browser was first launched on Mac, not Windows, so it makes sense that they're gonna target first for Mac. But none of that stuff is the point of DIA anyway. The point of DIA these days is to bring artificial intelligence to the very center of practically everything you do online. These app's central feature is a chat tool that is able to look at every website you visit, access every site you're logged into, and help you find information, get stuff done, and navigate the web a little more easily. Very interesting to see that DIA is basically focused on all about AI, right? So let's continue. The app itself, which I have been testing for a while, is incredibly simple to understand. Imagine Chrome, only with far more design polish and more playful animations. Now imagine a sidebar on the right side that contains a ChatGPT-like chatbot, which you can evoke at any time. You can use the chatbot to talk about the tab you're looking at, other tabs you have open, and even your browsing history. It can answer questions, find information, compile various things into a single thread, and more. And Chrome with the chatbot, that's Dia. On purpose. As much as I personally love art, Miller says, I just couldn't ignore the data that said there was too much novelty for people to try it. Art data showed that once people got it, they were hooked, but most people never got it. When we started building Dia, the fact that it had that it had horizontal horizontal tabs was not so much tragic as introspective. It was the right thing to do. Very interesting. And coming from the early Dia testers, used its have used its AI helper for meal planning, for study help, and for dating and friend advice. One of the things we were seeing is that a lot of people start with chat before they even start a project. It is 6. Before they open an application, before they do Google searches, the first instinct is to open the computer and ask AI a question or for a plan. Over the last year or so, even Miller has found himself leaning on AI chat more often and for more things. Very interesting. Very, really interesting. So that's how Dia works. And looking at this post here, it basically, instead of adopting purpose-built models like ChatGPT or all-purpose chatbot like Gemini, they are gonna focus on top of the existing models that is called skills, which is interesting how they're what direction they're heading to. So yeah, they're not going all in with the all-purpose chatbots or purpose-built models. So they're going with their own so-called skills. Really interesting. And yeah, we have a lot here, which I'm going to show you how that looks like. So yeah, so this is the example. If you're going to try to ask the a chatbot, well, they don't have it because you have to find your own social security number where you document where you put it. That is for the sake of the sensitive information, and that is also to protect your sensitive data information, which is good. And yeah, so that is the browser, which I find to be another interesting browser from the browser company. So, what do you guys think about the Dia browser? Well, this is in early stages, as I am saying right now. So we'll see how Dia and all AI browser goes. So yeah, I mean, our browser has managed to take things off with the vertical tabs, with the vertical tabs browser. But for this one, since it's all on AI, we'll see how the browser company plays out, right? Okay, so we're gonna head over to another article right now, which we will be taking a look right here. Alright, on to the next one. Google will reduce Pixel 6a battery capacity due to overheating issues. Wonder why? We really wonder why. So, here is another one. This again coming from The Verge. Earlier this year, Google shipped a Pixel 4a update to some owners that lower battery life to mitigate overheating risk, and soon it's going to do the same for the Pixel 6a. A subset of Pixel 6a phones will require a mandatory software update to reduce the risk of potential battery overheating. Google's Alex Moriconi says in the statement to The Verge. The update will enable battery management features that will reduce capacity and charging performance up to the battery reaches 400 charge cycles. We will contact impacted customers next month with all the information they need to address the issue. As reported by Android Authority, at least 2 users have reported instances of their Pixel 6a phones catching fire, with one person already saying their Pixel 6a spontaneously combusted in the middle of the night. Android Authority also spotted code strings in the Android 16 QPR1 Beta 2 release, alerting Pixel 6a users to a potential battery overheating issue and pointing toward a support page at the website that is g.go/pixel/6a battery that isn't currently live. So yeah, whatever they did with the Pixel 4a in the past, they're gonna do the same with the 6a, and I really wonder how will they address this issue for the battery related issues, right? Yeah, overheating issues rather. Yeah. Alright, and finally, before we take a break, let me look for another one here. Sorry for a little bit of awkward silence here, but I'm still looking for another one. Alright, there you go. So, Apple's updated parental controls will require kids to get permission to text new numbers. Well, I have to say this is a much needed change, and I say this is a good move, so they don't have to, so they cannot text strangers without knowing from the parents. That's good. That is a good thing that we are seeing here. So, Apple is introducing a suite of updated child safety features, including one that will give parents more control over who their kids can communicate with. The features are set around with iOS 26, iPad OS 26, Mac OS Tahoe 26, Watch OS 26, Vision OS 26, and TV OS 26, which will launch this fall. Children will now be required to get parental approval when they want to communicate with a new phone number. Requests will appear in the Messages app, and parents can tap a button to approve or decline. Apple is also launching a permission kit that will let developers code a similar feature into their apps so that kids can send requests to their parents to chat, follow, or friend users. The company's parental controls automatically enforce protections such as web content filters and app restrictions for kids under 13, and Apple will enable similar age-appropriate protections for kids between the ages of 13 and 17. Apple's communication safety tool is being updated to intervene when it detects nudity in FaceTime calls and deploy nudity in short albums in the Photos app, the company says. App Store age ratings will also expand to include more granular categories including 30+, 60+, and 80+. Additionally, Apple will let parents share a child's age range with apps, the company says, without disclosing their specific date of birth. Developers can request age range information with a newly declared age range API. Companies like Meta, Snap, and X, and a coalition of adult content companies, have advocated for legislation that would require App Store operators to verify their users' age, a requirement that Apple has pushed back over privacy concerns. Utah and Texas have already passed App Store age verification bills. So, do I think this is a good move? I mean, if you are against seeing adult content, and of course, children should not be watching adult content in the first place. But yeah, I have to say this is a pretty good move from Apple that they're going to start requiring kids to get permission from parents before they can text the new numbers. This is already a good move we are seeing. Alright, ladies and gents, it is now 6:45 in the evening as we will return with more conversations right here on Asphere's Cafe. Our sponsors, Asphere's Aircon, Dream Quartz Pizza, Capinoy Coffee, Melody Mart, and DLX Coworker. Asphere's Coffee will return after these messages. Stay along with us.
This program was brought to you by Asphere's Aircon. Tried, tested, trusted by an asparagus. Dream Cars Pizza. We make pizza the Dream Cars way. Call 141-9191 for deliveries. Also available, Dream Cars Frozen Pizza in supermarkets near you. Capinoy Coffee. If it's coffee, it's Capinoy Coffee from FES Manufacturing Corporation. Melody Mart, your everyday vibe for convenience. And DLX Karaoke, ang tunay na karaoke ng bayan.
Trust. It's a bond that is nurtured for years, from generation to generation. At Asphere, our greatest accomplishment is earning the trust of millions of satisfied users in the Philippines alone. Making life cool and comfortable for over 100 years now. Asphere, the air conditioning expert. Tried, tested, trusted by an asparagus.
Asphere's Aircon. Tried, tested, trusted by an asparagus.
Ang mas masarap na pizza ay andito na. Dream Cars Pizza, the finest pizza in the Philippines. Rich sauce, crispy crust, smooth creamy cheese, maraming toppings to choose from. And not only that, may frozen pizza rin sila. Take your pizza on the go. Dream Cars Pizza. We make the pizza the Dream Cars way.
For deliveries, call 141-9191. That's 141-9191.
Dream Cars Frozen Pizza are also available in supermarkets near
Dream Cars Pizza. We make pizza the Dream Cars way. Call 141-9191 for deliveries. Also available, Dream Cars Frozen Pizza in supermarkets near you.
Dream Car Karaoke po, tuwing pagising mo sa umaga, kailangan mo ng kapeng gigisingin ka sa tapang at sarap.
Tikman ang lasa ng bayan sa bagong Capinoy Coffee.
Tama-tama lang ang tapang at sarap.
Tikman na ang lasa ng bayan sa bagong Capinoy Coffee. If it's coffee, it's Capinoy Coffee.
Masarap na coffee. If it's coffee, it's Capinoy Coffee.
Also available, Capinoy Coffee 3-in-1 and Pure Creme. Bili na sa inyong mga suking tindahan.
Capinoy Coffee. If it's coffee, it's Capinoy Coffee from FES Manufacturing Corporation.
New. Ang sarap ng onigiri sa Melody Mart. Ang sarap ng onigiri sa Melody Mart. Ang sarap ng onigiri sa Melody Mart. Ang sarap ng onigiri sa Melody Mart.
Subukan niyo na ang Melody Mart Onigiris. Maraming feelings na pwedeng pagpilian. May classics, locals, at premium feelings na suwag magpapasaya ng samyo.
Overload onigiri sa Melody Mart. Overload onigiri sa Melody Mart.
Bikin, meron rin tayong Overload Onigiris na mas pinalaki, mas maraming feelings.
Price starts at 55 pesos. Bumili ka ng onigiri sa Melody Mart.
Melody Mart Onigiris. Price starts at 55 pesos. Available in Melody Mart outlets nationwide.
Melody Mart, your everyday vibe for convenience.
Kami ang bahala sa'yo, baby. Ikaw at ikaw aalagaan ko. Araw-araw, gabi-gabi, forever. Ingatan at sasamahan ka. Love in life, in life. Love in life, in life. Love in life, in life. Sa in life, alaga ka.
In life, a lifetime for good.
To learn more, visit inlife.com.ph. Our mood is to dance, in the mood to take a chance. Di man mood, bagayan, any mood, sabayan. Sakyan ang bawat mood na
Drink responsibly.
I am Dulce, your power singing diva. My God-given voice has brought me to where I am right now. Kung bilib kayo sa boses ko, sa MX3 capsule, dito ako bilib.
Mahalagang paalala, ang MX3 capsule ay hindi gamot at hindi dapat gamiting panggamot sa anumang uri ng sakit.
MX3 Natural Supplements, verified with alpha, beta, and gamma mangosteen. MX3, tunay, natural at original.
Chill out with a Dunkin' Iced Breve, your ultimate sip of the season. It's creamy, dreamy, and ice cold. Perfect for summer days. Available at selected Dunkin' stores. Sip it, love it, repeat. Chill out with a Dunkin' Iced Breve, your ultimate sip of the season. It's creamy, dreamy, and ice cold. Perfect for summer days. Available at selected Dunkin' stores. Sip it, love it, repeat.
Dunkin', pasalubong ng bayan.
Sa tulong ng Revicon Forte,
Ipalag ang lakas mo. Sagat ka na ba o papalan ba? Sa Revicon Forte. Kahit pagod ka na, may ibubugay ka pa. Sa Revicon Forte. May palag ang lakas mo.
Proper diet and exercise. Unilab yan. Multivitamins, minerals, amino acids is the generic name of Revicon Forte. If symptoms persist, consult your doctor.
Maulan man, no worries na amoy kulob ang damit.
Charm Fabcon. Bangong kumakabloom. Tanggal amoy kulob. Sa bango ng Charm.
Charm Fabcon with Bloom Fresh technology kills 99.9% of kulob-causing bacteria tested. May aroma burst pa of thousands of flowers and berries.
Ang sampay sa loob, no amoy kulob.
Bangong kumakabloom sa Charm.
Manufactured by ACS Manufacturing Corporation. ISO certified world-class quality.
ACS.
And we are back. It is now 6:52 in the evening as we continue our comedy sessions right here on Asphere's Cafe. Okay, so as promised, we will be talking about the piracy-related news, or I should say anti-piracy-related news. And yeah, so let's begin here because I have received the word that they're going to be taking action against against piracy. They're gonna check on with the VPNs rather. So let me just find it where I talked about here. Wait. So let me just look for where yeah. Okay. So yeah. Anyways, also I have heard that High Dive is the most visited and piracy site. Yes, I repeat, High Anime, or not High Dive, but High Anime is now the most visited piracy site. So we're gonna head over to Anime Quarter for the details, of course, and we'll be talking about this, and I'll be giving my thoughts and opinions on that. So where is it? And also, we're gonna cover some of the anime news as well. So, yeah, since again, this episode will be combined with the tech, anime, and gaming news. So again, I couldn't find where it's in there, but I swear it's been discussed already right here. So, if I couldn't find it, well, that's fine. So just making sure I can find it here. There it is. I found it. Okay, so let's begin with with the first, well, not all so-called anime-related news here. Let's just switch it here. But yes, let's begin with the piracy-related news. And this time, it is ranked as the worst in the world for piracy, which is United States. So, why is that? Well, the US, according to Anime Corner, the US is the worst in the world for piracy. Manga piracy hits 46.57 billion visits in 2024. Anime piracy is ranked second for 3 piracy per Muso report. So, the analytics company Muso released its 2024 report on piracy trends, estimating that while piracy as a whole is down by 5.72% from 2023, an increase in publishing piracy, with its manga subcategory holding strong and steady, was a notable highlight. When breaking down publishing piracy, Muso estimates that the manga subcategory accounted for 70.50%, equating to 46.57 billion visits to manga piracy websites in 2024. Manga was followed by the perhaps confusingly named publishing subcategory, which actually refers to general publishing content spanning multiple categories, per email correspondence with Muso. So, we will put publishing in quotes to refer to the subcategory rather than the entirety of piracy related to the broader publishing, which includes books, which is universal published works, web fiction, which is written works of literature available primarily or solely online, often not published as a whole and released online in installments, excluding manga. Manga style of Japanese comic books and web novels. Educational books and research papers, commonly scientific, medical, health, and personal development, plus courses and manuals intended primarily for sale to educational markets. Audiobooks, recording of a book or other work being read out loud. Magazines and newspapers, print publications issued at regular intervals, sheet music, published musical notation, and publishing, general publishing content spanning multiple categories. In total, publishing piracy registered around 66.4 billion visits and was Muso's only content category to register an increase compared to 2023, which was 4.3% at that time. Muso tracks TV, publishing, film, software, and music piracy. Manga piracy's share of publishing piracy was stable over the last year despite mounting anti-piracy efforts, slightly increasing its share and actual visit count compared to 2023. So you can see the chart for yourself here. So what are the most pirated categories so far? Well, obviously, rank number 1 we have is manga, sitting at 74.50%. Publishing is ranked at second with 14.82%. Web fiction ranked at third with 7.39%. Books ranked at fourth with 5.10%. And audiobooks ranked at fifth with 1.55%. The rest, 6 to 9, so far are less than 1%. And here's the comparison. From 2023. Here's the one from 2023. So you can see the manga. Is ranked at 69.18% at that time. Publishing ranked at second as usual. Yeah, manga was ranked at first. Publishing is ranked at second with 50.66%. 7.35% for web fiction ranked at third. Books ranked at fourth with 5.23%. Educational ranked at 5th with 1.21%, and audiobooks ranked at 6th with 1.50%. The rest are less than 1%. So, the United States was the world leader in publishing piracy, followed by Indonesia. U.S. Congresswoman Zoe Logan recently tabled a bill aimed at blocking foreign piracy websites. This is being supported by Congressman Darrell Issa, who is working on his own anti-piracy bill, as reported by Toy Freak. The US was also the world leader in piracy generally with a share of 12.33%. Aside from the US, India with 8.4% and Russia with 7.1% completed the top 3. Anime companies are taking notable steps to curb piracy in India. This includes Crunchyroll, which offers low-cost subscriptions and dubbing in multiple local languages. In addition to increasing awareness campaigns such as Sony launches fast or free ad-supported streaming television channels in the region. Anime productions adapting Indian stories and mythology are also in the works. Meanwhile, legacy anime franchises like Crayon Shin-chan and Naruto have seen their first ever film releases in India this year. Hideo Katsumata, the president of Anime Times and Anime licensor, streaming service, and merged producer, recently shared the company's efforts over the last 2 years to expand to India via GameBits. North America has also seen a rapid rise in fast channels offering anime content. These act as a funnel to legitimate streaming services, including free titles to viewers while increasing legitimate brand recognition. HiDive has recently rolled out on several smart TV providers as well as new anime channels on Pluto TV and Sling TV free streaming in Now back to piracy. Anime piracy stood out within the breakdown of TV piracy, placing second with 27.76% behind the films and TV shows with 60.25% subcategory. Anime was almost triple live sports in third with 10.28%. Earlier this year, Muso and Variety reported that anime made up 8 of the top 10 most pirated TV shows as measured by demand, a score that weighs watch time, as well as social media, search engine queries, and several other metrics. The US was again the world leader of TV piracy, nearly double Russia. So, breaking down the charts here, you can see that films and TV shows are ranked at first with 60.25%, anime being ranked at second with 27.76%, live sports being ranked at 10.28%, ranked at third, and live broadcasts ranked at fourth with 1.72%. So what do you guys think about the reports from Muso so far? Honestly, I am not going to be too surprised if a piracy rate increases at given the subscriptions can be more expensive, but overall I have to say this is one of the interesting reports we have seen so far. Yeah, that's all I can say, guys. Pretty interesting how US is leading in piracy. I really thought Philippines would be leading, but actually it's being led by the US. Surprise, surprise. Alright, we are gonna head on to the next topic, and yes, I have covered this earlier on Cool FM, which is the afternoon newscast, Cool News at Noon, and this time I am going to be talking about the Mid-Journey being filed for lawsuit by Disney, Marvel, and Universal. So major anime companies Universal and Disney have filed a scathing lawsuit against AI tech giant Mid-Journey for direct and secondary copyright infringement, accusing the company of blinded copying and piracy. The plaintiffs called Mid-Journey a quintessential copyright-free writer and a bottomless pit of plagiarism. They argue that Mid-Journey's acts threaten to upend the bedrock incentives of U.S. copyright law that drive American leadership in movies, television, and other creative arts. Plaintiffs argue that Mid-Journey has continued to persist despite numerous requests to cease. In the 110-page legal complaint, they put forward evidence of how Mid-Journey's bootlegging business model has trained its AI on plaintiffs' copyrighted works to produce and distribute near exact imitations or copies. The lawsuit evidence how simple prompts can generate these imitations. Moreover, in the third and fourth examples, it even showcases how a user need not explicitly mention the IP in question to generate an imitation. So you can see for yourself, coming from the legal paperwork, that you can tell this is right here in comparison to the movie itself. This is what Mid-Journey. This is what AI generated image from Mid-Journey looks like compared to the OG artwork from Disney themselves. Do I think this is concerning? Yes, it is, because how can they get this right how can they get this right? Like, how do they produce characters so good? Like, should we be concerned? Yes, because again, AI, will be honest with you guys, AI should be used responsibly and not be abused. This is the perfect example, guys. I repeat, this is the perfect example why we should not rely solely on AI, because this is the perfect reason we have to show you, and this is one of the concerns, how one of the popular Disney characters are being plagiarized by AI. Next one we have Spider-Man. So you can see for yourself the AI generated image from Midjourney compared to the OG. You can already tell that this is already concerning. And for the Despicable Me, this is how it looks like. It looks absolutely, not absolutely, but similar to Universal's Despicable Me artwork. And can you even tell if this is AI generated image or not? Well, yeah, this is one of the concerning that they should be aware of. And finally, if you look at the Midjourney website, this as evidence here, you can already tell there is a lot of AI generated Iron Man artworks. And man, this is concerning. Like, bro, how is Midjourney allowed to do the right thing, right? We should be concerned. Yeah, we should be concerned. So, aside what we just showed you, it also characterizes Midjourney's conduct as knowing infringement, as users can go to the website and search specifically for copyrighted characters. It argues that Midjourney uses these images to attract subscribers. You just heard that right. Furthermore, given that Midjourney has restrictions against certain types of outputs such as nudity, gore, and images for political campaigns, plaintiffs argue that Midjourney willfully chooses not to exercise protective measures for copyright infringement. So what do you guys think about this, guys? Yeah, what do you guys think? For me, I should be concerned, like having an AI generated copyrighted characters, having an AI generated copyrighted works from Disney and Universal. This is one we should be concerned of. Again, I have said it before, we need to use AI responsibly and not abuse it. I repeat, we should not be abusing artificial intelligence tools. Like, where is the responsibility of having AI, right? This is why people are still against using artificial intelligence. And I want to hear your thoughts if you guys are watching Asphere's Coffee on Family Archives. I want to hear your thoughts. What do you say about the major Hollywood companies filing lawsuit against AI giant Midjourney? I want to hear your thoughts in the live chat right now. And now let's get into the anime news now. And womp womp, The Beginning After the End is getting a second season, the anime adaptation. You thought this is over because The Beginning After the End has received a lot of backlash, right? Well, no, it is getting a second season despite a lot of hate, and God knows why. So Crunchyroll has confirmed that The Beginning After the End anime will return for a season 2 next spring. The announcement comes ahead of the season 1 finale, set to premiere next Wednesday, June 18th. I will not be playing this one, obviously, because I am against this anime, okay? I do not like watching this, alright? So, commenting on the upcoming season, Turtle Me, who is the author of Debate, stated, I am excited for viewers to see more of Arthur's journey on screen with season 2. It's been an eye-opening experience being part of such a huge entrepreneur with Crunchyroll, Topos, and ACAT. Striving for growth has been a major focus for us, and I hope to see the hard work put into the next season bear fruit. Stay tuned. Aside from the statement from what Turtle Me said, here's the first look of Arthur. Do I think this character looks good? Yes, it is. But again, the way how they animate, it could have been better, okay? This is why I do not watch Debate in the first place. But the character for the Arthur looks pretty cool. Yes, the Arthur looks cool. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. The character design for the new season, that is Arthur, looks pretty cool. All right, it looks nice. Okay, it looks cool. don't judge me, but the character designs look cool. The only thing I do not like is the way how they animate, alright? Remember, I have talked about this not too long ago on Asphere's Coffee, where I showed you how hinderous the fighting scenes look like. It's basically presented in PowerPoint, just like with Blue Lock Season 2. Don't forget that, huh? So yeah, that is about the anime getting second season, and honestly, as much as we would love to see this getting cancelled or getting reworked with different studios, this is not going to happen anytime soon because it is confirmed to be getting second season, and it's going to be done, by the studio, anime studio, ACAT. And sadly, they're gonna continue, and they're gonna double down on T-Bot there. So, man, I am not a fan, okay? I'm so sorry, because T-Bot anime is not right for me. So, if I were you, I would rather read the webcomic instead of watching this anime, because again, it doesn't have a proper animations, which is why people were turned off in the first place. Alright, it is now 7:11 in the... Wow, 7:11 again, huh? Lovely. This is the second time I mentioned the time check. Anyways, it is now 7:11 in the evening as we will return with more conversations right here on Asphere's Cafe. Our sponsors, Asphere's Aircon, Dream Cards Pizza, Capinoy Coffee, Melody Mart, and DLX Karaoke. Asphere's Cafe will return after these messages. Stay along with us.
This program was brought to you by Asphere's Aircon. Tried, tested, trusted by an asparagus. Dream Cars Pizza. We make pizza the Dream Cars way. Call 141-9191 for deliveries. Also available, Dream Cars Frozen Pizza in supermarkets near you. Capinoy Coffee. If it's coffee, it's Capinoy Coffee from FES Manufacturing Corporation. Melody Mart. Your everyday vibe for convenience. And DLX Karaoke. Ang tunay na karaoke ng bayan.
Trust. It's a bond that is nurtured for years, from generation to generation. At Asphere, our greatest accomplishment is earning the trust of millions of satisfied users in the Philippines alone, making life cool and comfortable for over 100 years now. Asphere, the air conditioning expert. Tried, tested, trusted by an asparagus.
Asphere's Aircon. Tried, tested, trusted by an asparagus.
Ang mas masarap na pizza ay andito na. Dream Cars Pizza, the finest pizza in the Philippines. Rich sauce, crispy crust, smooth creamy cheese, maraming toppings to choose from. And not only that, may frozen pizza rin sila. Take your pizza on the go. Dream Cars Pizza. We make the pizza the Dream Cars way.
For deliveries, call 141-9191. That's 141-9191.
Dream Cars Frozen Pizza are also available in supermarkets near
Dream Cars Pizza. We make pizza the Dream Cars way. Call 141-9191 for deliveries. Also available, Dream Cars Frozen Pizza in supermarkets near you.
Dream Car Karaoke po. Tuwing pagising mo sa umaga, kailangan mo ng kapeng gigisingin ka sa tapang at sarap. Kaya lumipat na ako sa bagong kape ng bayan.
Tikman ang lasa ng bayan sa bagong Capinoy Coffee. Gawa sa purong Arabica at Robusta mula sa pinakamainit na puso ng Pilipinas. Piniling mabuti at inihanda ng may pagmamalasakit.
Tama-tama lang ang tapang at sarap. O mga Kapinoy, subukan nyo ng tikman ang lasa ng bayan.
Tikman na ang lasa ng bayan sa bagong Capinoy Coffee. If it's coffee, it's Capinoy Coffee.
Capinoy Coffee, masarap na coffee. If it's coffee, it's Capinoy Coffee.
Also available, Capinoy Coffee 3-in-1 and Pure Creme. Bili na sa inyong mga suking tindahan.
Mga Kapinoy, tikman nyo na ang lasa ng bayan sa bagong Capinoy Coffee. Tamang-tama lang tapang at sarap ng kape na tiyak na magigising ka. Kaya subukan na ang bagong Capinoy Coffee. Also available, Capinoy Coffee 3-in-1 and Pure Cream. mula sa FBS Manufacturing Corporation.
New. Ang sarap ng onigiri sa Melody Mart. Ang sarap ng onigiri sa Melody Mart. Ang sarap ng onigiri sa Melody Mart. Ang sarap ng onigiri sa Melody Mart.
Subukan niyo na ang Melody Mart Onigiris. Maraming feelings na pwedeng pagpilian. May classics, locals, at premium feelings na suwag magpapasaya ng samyo.
Overload onigiri sa Melody Mart. Overload onigiri sa Melody Mart.
Bikin, meron rin tayong Overload Onigiris na mas pinalaki, mas maraming feelings.
Price starts at 55 pesos. Bumili ka ng onigiri sa Melody Mart.
Melody Mart Onigiris. Price starts at 55 pesos. Available in Melody Mart outlets nationwide.
Melody Mart, your everyday vibe for convenience.
Araw-araw, MX3 para extraordinary. With alphabet, gamma na sangkap nito. Tunay, original at natural na suplemento. With MX3, coffee and tea. With MX3, it's for you and me. With MX3, dito ako believe.
Mahalagang paalala, ang MX3 capsule ay hindi gamot at hindi dapat gamiting panggamot sa anumang uri ng sakit.
MX3 Natural Supplements, verified with alpha, beta, and gamma mangosteen. MX3, tunay, natural at original.
At first I was afraid, matabang lahat. Kept thinking, cooking's not for me, and just give up. But after spending so many nights, nakuha ko miti sarap dahil sa Loyal. They'll be wanting for more. Tinola. And now I'm back. Luto mo yan. Lagi akong hinahanap sa gatherings, bawal wala. Basta may Nor ang luto ko, they love me even more. Basta Nor, luto mo yan. Hey, hey.
Bakit tiwala ako sa Biogesic for Kids? Paano yung nakasanayan naming alaga ng Biogesic? Andito rin yun ha, sa Biogesic for Kids. Tsaka yung melon flavor, naku, favorite yan ng anak ko. Sarap na sarap kaya siya. Kaya never na akong nahirapang magpainom ng gamot sa kanya. Ganyan naman kasi dapat yung gamot sa bata. Yung masarap, yung magugustuhan niya, di ba? Basta ako, sa lagnat ng anak ko, pinagkakatiwalaan ko lang, Biogesic for Kids.
Alagang Unilab yan.
Paracetamol is the generic name of Biogesic. If symptoms persist, consult your doctor.
Matanda na ako, kaya handa na akong magpaalam sa mga mahal ko sa buhay.
Bye, anak! Laro muna kami ng mga apo ko.
Let's go, Lola!
Bye, mga mare! Unahan ko na kayo tumakbo!
Enjoy ang buhay pag nag-buy sa Aray with Skelan. Lamang sa bisa para sa Aray. Hiyang pa sa heart at bulsa. $9.50 lang SRP. Naproxen sodium is the generic name of Skelan. If symptoms persist, consult your doctor.
are back. It is now 7:19 in the evening as we continue our coffee sessions right here on Asphere's Cafe. Okay, so let's continue as we are now at the niche gamer, as we are now heading over to the gaming cafe. So, we're gonna cover the first one, that is Splatoon Raiders, a spin-off Splatoon game. I find it debater since I saw the trailer via IGN not a few days ago. So, this is coming from Niche Gamer for Splatoon Raiders. Nintendo has announced Splatoon Raiders, a brand new follow-up and the first ever Splatoon spin-off game. Splatoon Raiders is in development exclusively for the recently released Nintendo Switch 2. A release date wasn't confirmed for now. Furthermore, a new Splatoon 3 update, version 10.0.0, will be released this month on June 12th to celebrate the new spin-off game. So let's take a look a little bit here, and we're going to be switching to the stop here, so you guys can know the glimpse of how the game looks like. But yeah, indeed this is a Splatoon spin-off game, as you just saw. Ooh, interesting. Interesting places we got here. So basically, I believe this is taking place in the beach. And you can see right here, this is one of the first look of Splatoon Raiders. Alright, let's give it away for the
What's crackin', Squid Squad? Incoming report from the Squid Research Lab. Without further ado, we're excited to share our latest findings. What you just witnessed are signs of the first ever Splatoon spin-off game coming ashore. Splatoon Raiders. Playing as a mechanic, you'll go on an adventure in the mysterious Spiralite Islands alongside Deep Cut. Splatoon Raiders is launching exclusively on the Nintendo Switch 2 system, but research is still underway. We'll report more on our findings when the results are in.
Splatoon version 10. Honestly, I'm glad we're still getting some love for Splatoon 3, right? Alright, here's more from
Well, an update to the Splatoon 3 game is also coming down the spillway. The Splatlands collection, which features new weapons from the Barazushi and Embers brands, is on its way. They're based on previous weapons, but have fresh new looks and, of course, different sub-weapons and specials. We've identified 30 in total and hope you'll try them out for yourselves. In addition, weapons freshness caps will be raised. And you can earn new in-game badges. Plus, Series Weapon Power, a new stat to dive into, is being added to Anarchy Battle Series. This will track your effectiveness per weapon based on your win-loss ratio in battles. It will also be used in matchmaking to pitch you against other players with similar stats. Follow the Squid Research Lab for our latest findings. Plus...
What is this? Whoa. New stage?
Don't call it a comeback. Okay, you can.
Oh,
Ocean
returning stage.
Underpass from the original Splatoon game returns to the rotation for some fresh splatting on classic turf.
Okay, so basically this is kind of
Lastly,
Splatoon 1
but not
stage. Correct me
leastly,
if I'm
for
wrong.
Nintendo Switch 2 players. You'll notice more detailed visuals, and the game will appear smoother in certain locations, such as the square in Splatsville and the Grand Festival grounds. But no need to fear. Nintendo Switch players and Nintendo Switch 2 players will still be able to splat together. This free update for Splatoon 3 is scheduled to release June 12th.
That is today.
For further updates.
That is today. Yes, that is today. And I think that is all for what we just showcased here. So yeah, that is indeed the Splatoon Raiders, along with the upcoming free update that is set to be released later today, which is Splatoon 3 version 10.0.0. So yeah, there you go. That is Splatoon Raiders. Alright, so let's continue where we will be looking for another one. By the way, we only have 4 minutes before we will have to say goodbye to our fellow TVH Network viewers, those who are watching our catch-up this morning. Alright, so let's see what else can we talk about here. Okay, well, it is not really related to a video game, but more like a live action film adaptation for a video game franchise that's The Legend of Zelda. Well, it looks like The Legend of Zelda live action film has been delayed to 2027, and I wonder why Nintendo has decided to delay. So let's get into that right now. So Nintendo has announced a delay for their The Legend of Zelda live action film, pushing the film further into the future. The new The Legend of Zelda live action film will forego its original announced March 2027 release for a few weeks later on May 7th, 2027. Miyamoto said in the post, "This is Miyamoto. For production reasons, we are changing the release date of the live action film of The Legend of Zelda to May 7th, 2027. The Zelda creator added, "It'll be some weeks later than the release timing we originally announced, and we will take the extra time to make the film as good as it can be. Thank you for your patience." Actual details on The Legend of Zelda live action film are known, like its plot, cast, and more. Though we do know that Zelda creator Shigeru Miyamoto and Avi Arad, who is the chairman of our Productions Incorporated, will serve as producers, while Wes Ball will serve as director. So that is the news of the Legend of Zelda live action film being delayed further into 2027, which is around May 2027. So while the delay may be unfortunate, it is good that they have more time to polish the live action film, so it can be polished and ready as they're ready, of course. All right. So let's continue. Let's continue with another headlines on the Gaming Cafe. Yeah. I wonder why the images are not showing properly, but oh well. But yeah. And it looks like a little bit of boring. Oh wait, right, we're gonna talk about the Summer Game Fest related news now. So let's get into Scott Pilgrim Express, which is announced for next year. Whoops, there you go. Okay, so here is Scott Pilgrim Express. Tribute games in collaboration with Universal Products and Experiences, as Scott Pilgrim creator Brian Lee O'Malley has announced Scott Pilgrim Express, or EX, a brand new side-scrolling beat-them-up game set in the Scott Pilgrim franchise. The game is in development for Windows PC, Xbox Series X and S, Nintendo Switch, PS4, and PS5, with the release set for sometime in early 2026. Jonathan Lavinin, game director at GB Games, in the press release said, Scott Pilgrim EX is the culmination of years of experience working on brawlers combined with our intimate knowledge of Scott Pilgrim. It's a full circle moment for us. The original founders of GB Games all worked on the first video game incarnation of Scott Pilgrim before launching the studio in 2011. Coming back to this world feels like the most natural thing ever. This game is about friendship, our love of video games, music, and hitting robots in the face with a volleyball. It's full of lore, reference, Easter eggs, and passion. It's a Scott Pilgrim game fans have been waiting for. Scott Pilgrim creator Brian Lee O'Malley added, working on a game like this is a dream come true, especially with this team of old friends and new collaborators. Scott Pilgrim fans won't know what hit them in the slightest. Expect the unexpected. So let's take a look at the announcement trailer. I have one here. Let me just look it up here, and I'm not going to be playing a trailer from Niche Gamer YouTube channel. Let me just hook the trailer directly from, where is it? Yeah, directly from Tribute Games. So here is the Scott Pilgrim Express trailer. Whoops, let me just shut the tab here. Alright, here it is. Let's watch this. Alright, so that is Scott Pilgrim Express. That is Scott Pilgrim EX trailer, and what you just saw was the gameplay of Scott Pilgrim EX. But yes, the gameplay mechanics really reminds me of Scott Pilgrim versus the World, the game. So will I be looking forward to playing this game? Absolutely. But I haven't seen their movies, but I will absolutely be watching their. I'm not watching. I will absolutely be playing this game when it comes out. But yeah, I'm not gonna get it right away. But I will be playing it in the future. So that is pretty cool. So that is Scott Pilgrim EX. With that, ladies and gents, it is our time is up for our fellow TVH network viewers this morning. Thank you very much for joining us this morning. We will be back again next week, where we will, with the Friday episode of Asphere Discovery, where we will talk about some topics that I could discuss, of course, Dreamcare's very own segment, the Chinese knockoffs. Until then, this has been Asphere's Cafe. I am Caro. On behalf of Dreamcar, the cafe is now closed. We will see you next week, our fellow TVH. Bye bye, TVH. See you next week. Bye bye. And we just left our fellow TVH Never viewers. It is now 7:34 in the evening, as we are still live on TG1 Cool FM and on YouTube channels such as TG1 Entertainment, Cool FM Primetime Livestream via TG1 Cool FM and Famine Archives YouTube channels, and of course my very own channel, AspMedia. Okay, so now let's head over to Gedmasu, as we always do here, and then find a weapon. And it wants me to verify if I'm a human, which I am going to do that off screen. Kind of not feeling well right now with my throat. I don't know why, but I can make it. There we go. I can pass the CAPTCHA verification, so that's a good thing. Okay, so let's talk about Nintendo Switch 2 sales on how they've been doing for the first 4 days. And well, this may surprise you, but the Nintendo Switch 2 sales has topped 3.5 million sales in the first 4 days. So Nintendo Switch 2 has sold over 3.5 million units worldwide in the 4 days following its release on June 5, Nintendo announced. This is the first highest global sales level for any Nintendo hardware within the first 4 days of release. So yeah, I have to say that's a pretty good number of sales. And despite the haters hating against Nintendo Switch 2, it still managed to top hardware sales like this. Like, I mean, the backlash didn't really affect the sales, right? Which is pretty interesting. So yeah, again, Nintendo Switch 2 hardware sales has topped 3.5 million in the first 4 days. And I am so proud of how Nintendo has been doing. It's cool. Don't get me wrong, it's really cool. Alright, so let's move on to the next one. We'll be looking for another one first. By the way, if you just join us right here on my show, a fellow, good evening and welcome to my show. We will be here until 8 o'clock in the evening as we will be covering some of the technology, anime, and gaming news, and the gaming news right here on the cafe. Again, we'll be here until 8 o'clock, whether you're just joining us right here on T2 Entertainment, T2 Cool FM, Family Archives, and AspMedia's YouTube channels. Alright, now let's head over to the PlayStation Plus game catalog and classic catalog for this month. That is the month of June. So Sony Interactive Entertainment has announced the June 2025 game catalog lineup for extra and premium subscribers and classic catalog titles for premium subscribers. And what are the titles for this month? Starting off with the game catalog, we have Battlefield 2042, which is available on PlayStation 5 and PlayStation 4. Den Chronicles 100 Heroes, both being available on PS5 and PS4. Endless Dungeon being available on both PS5 and PS4. FBC Firebreak exclusively on PS5. Five Nights at Freddy's Hope 1 and 2 exclusively on PS5. The Hunter Call of the Wild PS4 but can be played on PS5. Train Sim World 5 can be played on PS5 and PS4. And finally, We Love Katamari Reroll plus Royal Reverie, which is available on both PS5 and PS4. And as for the Classics catalog, for PS2, this is the only title we get for Classics catalog this month. That is Deus EX The Conspiracy. That is available on both PS5 and PS4. So yeah, that is the catalog. That is the PS Plus catalog. What you can expect for this month for both premium and extra subscribers. Okay, I'm not feeling well for some reason because my voice is starting to sound a little bit weird, but yeah, I'm not starting to not feel well now. So yeah, I should slow down on speaking, but yeah. Okay, next we have here is the Konami Press Start live stream, which is set to kick off this June 12th, which features Metal Gear Solid Delta, Snake Eater, and Silent Hill F. So what are you gonna bring, right? So here it is. What is it gonna start? Well, you can expect to start later at 9 a.m. Eastern Time or 9 p.m. Philippine Standard Time, which is 6 a.m. Pacific Time in US and 10 p.m. in Japanese Standard Time. So, you can expect more for Metal Gear Solid. You can expect for Metal Gear Solid Delta, Snake Eater, and Silent Hill F. On what are they gonna announce further for their upcoming games? Alright, ladies and gents, we will be taking a break now. It's now 7:40 in the evening. Wow, I really need to drink water because my voice is not... It doesn't sound great right now. But yes, we will be back with more coffee sessions right here, all the way until 8 o'clock right here on Asphere's Coffee. Our sponsors, Asphere's Aircon, Dreamcast Pizza, Capinoy Coffee, Melody Mart, and DLX Koroke. Asphere's Coffee will return after the break. Stay along with us.
Asphere's Aircon. Tried, tested, trusted by an asparagus. This program was brought to you by Dream Cars Pizza. We make pizza the Dream Cars way. Call 141-9191 for deliveries. Also available, Dream Cars Frozen Pizza in supermarkets near you. Capinoy Coffee. If it's coffee, it's Capinoy Coffee from FES Manufacturing Corporation. Melody Mart, your everyday vibe for convenience. And DLX Karaoke, ang tunay na karaoke ng bayan.
Trust. It's a bond that is nurtured for years, from generation to generation. At Asphere, our greatest accomplishment is earning the trust of millions of satisfied users in the Philippines alone. Making life cool and comfortable for over 100 years now. Asphere, the air conditioning expert. Tried, tested, trusted by an asparagus.
Asphere's Aircon. Tried, tested, trusted by an asparagus.
Ang mas masarap na pizza ay andito na. Dream Cars Pizza, the finest pizza in the Philippines. Rich sauce, crispy crust, smooth creamy cheese, maraming toppings to choose from. And not only that, may frozen pizza rin sila. Take your pizza on the go. Dream Cars Pizza. We make the pizza the Dream Cars way.
For deliveries, call 141-9191. That's 141-9191.
Dream Cars Frozen Pizza are also available in supermarkets near
Dream Cars Pizza. We make pizza the Dream Cars way. Call 141-9191 for deliveries. Also available, Dream Cars Frozen Pizza in supermarkets near you.
Dream Car Karaoke po, tuwing pagising mo sa umaga, kailangan mo ng kapeng gigisingin ka sa tapang at sarap.
Tikman ang lasa ng bayan sa bagong Capinoy Coffee.
Tama-tama lang ang tapang at sarap.
Tikman na ang lasa ng bayan sa bagong Capinoy Coffee. If it's coffee, it's Capinoy Coffee.
Masarap na coffee. If it's coffee, it's Capinoy Coffee.
Also available, Capinoy Coffee 3-in-1 and Pure Creme. Bili na sa inyong mga suking tindahan.
Capinoy Coffee. If it's coffee, it's Capinoy Coffee from FES Manufacturing Corporation.
Ang sarap ng onigiri sa Melody Mart. Ang sarap ng onigiri sa Melody Mart. Ang sarap ng onigiri sa Melody Mart. Ang sarap ng onigiri sa Melody Mart.
Subukan niyo na ang Melody Mart Onigiris. Maraming feelings na pwedeng pagpilian. May classics, locals, at premium feelings na suwag magpapasaya ng samyo.
Overload onigiri sa Melody Mart. Overload onigiri sa Melody Mart.
Bikin, meron ulit tayong Overload Onigiris na mas pinalaki, mas maraming feelings.
Price starts at 55 pesos. Bumili na ng onigiri sa Melody Mart.
Melody Mart Onigiris. Price starts at 55 pesos. Available in Melody Mart outlets nationwide.
Melody Mart, your everyday vibe for convenience.
Fofo, I saw you turning off the aircon. Ang init kaya.
Ang taas na kasi ng electricity bills natin, Bones.
Ano ka ba? Dowel kaya yung aircon natin. The Dowel Inverter Window Aircon uses inverter technology, so matipid yan sa kuryente. Imagine, approximately mga 4 pesos and 91 centavos lang per hour ang consumption niya based sa energy label within Metro Manila area. San ka pa?
Sheesh! Alternate on na ulit para malamig na, tipid ka pa sa kuryente.
Get your Dowel Inverter window aircon in stores near you.
And join the switch to Dowel Inverter Series.
Dowel, Dowel, Dowel.
This is Mikael Daez.
And this is Megan Young for
Dowel, bring goodness to life.
Chill out with a Dunkin' Iced Breve, your ultimate sip of the season. It's creamy, dreamy, and ice cold. Perfect for summer days. Available at selected Dunkin' stores. Sip it, love it, repeat. Chill out with a Dunkin' Iced Breve, your ultimate sip of the season. It's creamy, dreamy, and ice cold. Perfect for summer days. Available at selected Dunkin' stores. Sip it, love it, repeat.
Dunkin', pasalubong ng bayan.
Kami ang bahala sa'yo, baby. Ikaw at ikaw aalagaan ko. Araw-araw, gabi-gabi, forever. Ingatan at sasamahan ka. Love in life, in life. Love in life, in life. Love in life, in life. Sa in life, alaga ka.
In life, a lifetime for good.
To learn more, visit inlife.com.ph.
Anak, even on heavy period days, you can confidently
Let's go with the flow. Yes, girl.
with Charmy Cottony Napkin for heavy flow that's longer than Charmy regular pads to prevent leaks. And Cottony Soft with a quick absorb top sheet. You can
Walk it, work it, confident. Let's go. You got it. Let's go with the flow.
Charmy Cottony Napkins for heavy flow. Let's go with the flow.
Charmy.
Sa family, anong standard niyo sa water?
Jenilyn?
And Dennis Trillo po. Kami, we only trust absolute distilled water kesa ibang brands.
Pag distilled means dumaan sa mabusising proseso. Kaya sure kaming pure and safe. Most prescribed pa ng OBs and PDS.
If you love them, you won't compromise, di ba?
Ayabot. Probat TLC, kasama ni Mami sa pag-alaga sa kids daily.
With lysine plus B vitamins.
Tulong para may gana kumain. Ang sarap kumain. Alaga ni Mami para sa lakas, sigla at laki.
May 100% Reni Vitamin C plus Vitamin B complex. Tulong sa kanilang lakas at sigla at CGF plus Vitamin D.
Tulong sa paglaki.
With the help of Propan TLC's essential nutrients, along with proper diet and exercise,
Ready ang kids daily. Tulong para sa lakas, sigla at laki. Gonna be healthy. Probat TLC. Gonna be healthy. Probat TLC.
mahalagang paalala, ang Propan TLC ay hindi gamot at hindi dapat gamiting panggamot sa anumang uri ng sakit.
And we are back. It is now 7:48 in the evening as we continue our coffee sessions all the way until 8 o'clock right here on Asphere's Coffee. Okay, now I'm at the Fun Weapon site since we're running out of time. This is the site, this is the last the website where I always had to before the coffee ends. So yeah, let's get into the Fun Weapon right now. And what you are seeing right now is a very interesting articles, of course. But we're gonna focus on the latest news, and let's start off with Solo Leveling Arise. Yes, Solo Leveling Arise, which is now out for Epic Games Store on mobile. So, Netmarble announced that free-to-play action game Solo Leveling Arise is now available on the Epic Games Store for mobile devices. The release allows more players around the world to enjoy Solo Leveling Arise, especially iPhone and iPad users in Europe. To celebrate the game's launch on Epic Games Store, Netmarble is hosting a special Solo Leveling Arise event from June 11 to June 25 at 9 a.m. KST. AM. Players who log into the game through the Epic Game Store for mobile during the event period will receive an exclusive Epic Store launch celebration pack. This reward pack includes custom draw tickets, 10 custom draw tickets, 10 rate up draw tickets, 10 weapon custom draw tickets, and a mana power extract. The Epic Game Store for mobile is a marketplace that gives a platform for users to discover, purchase, download, and play a variety of games and apps on their mobile devices. So yeah, aside from solo leveling Arise being available on Epic Game Store on mobile, we also have solo leveling Arise Overdrive, which is now available on PC via Steam. So this is a very recent, by the way. This was published on June 9. Netmarble and Netmarble Neo have announced a free demo for solo leveling Arise Overdrive, which is now available on PC via Steam. The solo leveling Arise Overdrive demo will be available during Steam Next Fest, which lasts until June 16. Solo leveling Arise Overdrive launches first on PC via Microsoft Store and Steam in fall 2025, followed by Xbox Series X and S in 2026. So yeah, are there any differences between Arise Overdrive and Arise? Well, the standalone Arise is available on mobile devices, while the Overdrive will be available for PC. So that is something to keep that in mind of. So that is solo leveling Arise. Now we will be looking more here. Let me check. Hold on for a bit. I'm just getting pinged here. Let me just. Okay, so we have some interesting updates with Blue Archive, which we'll be getting into that in a bit. So, Blue Archive reveals Anime Expo 2025 panel and secret Midnight Party update. So does that mean they will have more details for Blue Archive anime? Maybe. Anyways, Nizon has announced a special Blue Archive panel will be held at Anime Expo 2025 on July 3rd at 11 a.m. Pacific Daylight Saving Time and 2 p.m. Eastern Daylight Saving Time at the Novo. The Anime Expo, titled Blue Archive Dev Talk Live at AX 2025, will feature update previews, behind the scenes stories, and more for eager players, and it will be live streamed on the game's YouTube channel. So, will you guys be expecting a Blue Archive anime? Not really, since it's just more on what's new for Blue Archive game. So, ahead of the Anime Expo 2025 panel, the latest Blue Archive update, Secret Midnight Party, the Chimes of Path, is now available. The update adds playable student characters Yuka wearing in pajamas and Noah wearing in pajamas. A new story featuring the students of Millennium Science School, new event rewards, and much more. So yeah, I also forgot to mention that Blue Archive will also be coming to Steam for the PC players out there. Yes, if you have been eager to play Blue Archive on your computer, this is the news you want to hear. Here it is, because Blue Archive is coming to Steam later this year, and we're gonna get into that more details as we speak. And yes, I'm a bit late, but who cares? So, what does it mean if you're playing? If you're currently playing Blue Archive on your mobile devices, will it be carried over? Well, yes, you can link it. You can link their mobile accounts to the Steam version to keep progress across multiple platforms. So, to commemorate it, a limited time event will be available where several rewards will be available as more people wishlist the game. Now, I will be asking myself, will I be wishlisting this game? Well, if I ever will be playing PC games again, like Art Nights on the computer, which I just suddenly stopped playing out of nowhere. I don't know why, but if I do have time, I will be wishlisting Blue Archive. And if it's playable on my PC, I would play it. Why not? So yeah, if you know how Blue Archive works, if you know, you know already. So yes, that is Blue Archive that is Blue Archive. Where it's going to be. Sorry, that is Blue Archive where they're going to hold where they're going to have its own Anime Expo 2025, and also the game receiving a Steam version coming to PCs later this year. Okay, now it's time for some horror genre news. So, Mob Entertainment announced Poppy Playtime Chapter 4 is coming to Nintendo Switch, PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5, Xbox One, and Xbox Series X and S. It's already looking creepy, judging from the thumbnail. So, yeah. We're gonna play a trailer, but I'm gonna give you a trigger warning for at least 5 seconds because, again, just to keep our viewers in hook if you're gonna proceed with the trailer, if you're going to proceed with me playing the trailer, I must say right now, trigger warning, it contains horror and some potential violence. That is all. I'm gonna give you 5 seconds. If you are not interested, you feel free to exit out my show right now and come back later when I'm done. So I'm giving you 5 seconds right now. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, let's watch this.
Down here. It's hell.
I was told to expect you. Now what's this?
Hurry! Let us in!
It all started with you. It's time to come home. 1166. It appears that nothing in this world can keep you from me.
Ladies and gents, that is Poppy Playtime 4 coming, Chapter 4 coming to the respective game consoles, which is Nintendo Switch, PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5, Xbox One, and Xbox Series X and S. So, if you're a horror fan, will you be playing this on your console? Let me know, because because it's been out for the Steam for a long time, but now it's finally coming to the console. So again, if you're a Poppy Playtime fan or you're a horror fan, will you be playing this? Let me know right there. Okay, so let's now head over to a little bit more of the last round of headlines because we only have the last 3 minutes before we wrap up our coffee session. Alright, so again, before we proceed here, we already have 2 audiences in the stage possibly waiting for the next show. So yeah, we have, in the Discord stage, we have Primera Reload and Pre-Apple. So good evening to all of you who just joined us right here. Alright, so I'm gonna not waste any more time. We are running out of time, so we will be covering the last one, and that is, we're going to an anime news this time, and that is going to be With You and The Rain. So, Kondasha announced the With You and The Rain anime adaptation will premiere on July 5 at 1:30 a.m. Japanese time on TV Asahi and over 20 other affiliate channels. Crunchyroll will stream the With You and The Rain anime as it airs in Japan, and a key visual has been announced. So this is how With You and The Rain visual looks like. And before the premiere, there will be an advanced screening of With You and The Rain at United Cinema Minatomirai on June 29. Cast members for the anime will be in attendance, and the anime's official website confirmed more cast members. So we have Hira, Hojo, and Ara with the respective voice actors, which you'll see right here. Alright, ladies and gents, as we are running out of time, it is now 1 minute before 8 o'clock, and I think I can now invite Priapple to prepare for his own program. So that is all for the cafe tonight. Thank you very much for joining us this evening. We will be back again tomorrow at 8 p.m. where we will cover some topics that I have in my mind. Also along with Dreamcar's very own segment, Chinese Knockoffs. That is 8 p.m. tomorrow up to the Dreamy Show on Cool FM. Until then, I am Cairo on behalf of Dream Car Karaoke. The cafe is now closed. And coming up next is Salita na Mansanas. That is produced by Shine Studios. Cafe is over. See you next time. Goodbye for now.